Hey bro, so your life sucks and you can't figure out why? You're constantly playing video games, waiting for the next dopamine hit. You're just sitting there excited, looking at the next game to play. You think that you can enjoy a new game. You only get 80% done with it before you switch to the next game. You don't even finish it. Then you get hooked on playing competitive multiplayer. You spend the next week grinding some random level that has no purpose, and you can't figure out why your life is just not great. Well, like you, that's exactly what happened to me. Most of the time, I buy a brand new game and I play it for like straight 2 days, right? Non-stop. I don't get to the finish. I don't see the entire story. I don't complete the game. And then there's a new game that comes out. I get that game and I just repeat the cycle over and over again. Then friends come online and they say, hey, let's play some League of Legends, right? I think I've spent over like, I don't know, 3, 4, 5,000 hours probably in League of Legends, chasing some kind of goal, chasing some rank that means nothing to impress the friends. It's like, what am I wasting my time on? And so you should quit playing video games right now. Why should you quit? Well, you wouldn't have clicked on this video if you already didn't know why, right? It's impacting your productivity, it's impacting your ability to find opportunities. Do you know when you have the best ideas? It's usually in the shower, right? When you're not being distracted by anything else, but you're playing video games. So instead of thinking of some great idea, you're thinking of, oh, how could I beat that guy next time? I shouldn't have died like that. Your mind actually gets occupied by the games, and it actually blocks your mind from thinking of any other ideas. You're consumed by it. I remember sitting in school and literally for the entire day just thinking how I'm gonna play this character, thinking of different strategies and ideas of how I'm going to play as this random character in a video game. By the way, that was Yasuo in League of Legends. I was obsessed. I was thinking an entire day of strategies, compositions, arguing with my friends about different compositions of the team that would be the best to play with Yasuo. And I was like, that's my entire day. Instead of learning in school, instead of paying attention to the teachers, instead of having meaningful discussions, I was just thinking about this video game character like the entire day. So it occupies your mind. And if you're not able to compartmentalize and to shift away from that, which requires a lot of willpower, right? And complete control over your mind, which most of us don't have, it's very difficult to disassociate yourself from those things because it provides such a like a dopamine in your head, right? It's the same as someone watching sports, right? You get so over consumed by that. This impacts your productivity, impacts and affects your entire life. The next thing it really affects is your relationships. How many of you have a girlfriend? Come on, be real. You think you're gonna find a girlfriend sitting at home playing video games? Realistically, that doesn't happen. And yeah, we all think this e-girl will find some girl e-girl that loves playing video games with us. And yes, you could find someone like that, but it's extremely, extremely rare. So you're kind of we're setting ourselves up for failure in that way, right? Now, you need to build relationships with people. We are social creatures, we are social beings, and we desire relationships. And so, a reason why you might be feeling down or feeling an overwhelming sense of doom is because you're not engaging with people in real life. Yes, in video games, we can say, okay, we're chatting with our friends. But how much are you really talking to your friends on video games, right? Why not just do a FaceTime with them and actually speak to your friends? Even better, why don't you just go out and meet them? And so playing video games really affects with your relationships because it takes away from your time. Of course, time is the one thing that none of us can get back. So it's really important to spend your time with people and following your purpose and doing things that you enjoy. Now, some of us might not be living, let's say, in a reality that we enjoy, right? Maybe you were bullied in school. Maybe you didn't get the girl. Maybe you were rejected. Maybe you hate your job. Maybe you suck at your job. There are so many different scenarios of some things that we might not enjoy. Now, I moved to a new country, so I'm not in my home country anymore, right? And this country, they don't even speak English here. And so I struggled for a long time with the idea of why did I even move? And on top of that, struggled to find a job, struggled to find friends. And so what does video games actually provide us? It gives us an escape, right? An escape, a place where we can easily achieve something so that we feel like we are useful. We can make friends. We feel like we are communicating with people. We can hide away from our problems and just delve into the video game and think that, just hide away from the problems. But those problems are always in the background. And when you play video games, as soon as you finish, your mind goes back to those things. And so it's an endless cycle of not being happy and just hiding away from your problems instead of facing your problems and solving them. Now, of course, we know that sitting down and being indoors multiple days in a row without seeing the sun, without seeing our friends, has obvious detrimental effects. Most of us are fat, myself included. And I'm on this journey now to obviously improve my health, to hopefully inspire my brother to improve his health. And hopefully I can inspire you too, to get out of your seat, go take a walk, get out of your house, go to nature, get some sunlight. Come on, most of us look like vampires. We're just pale, right? I used to hate going into the sun. Now I try to, spend like at least 5 minutes. I tried to get some 5 minutes of sunlight. I really do dislike the summer though, guys. I don't know if you enjoy it, but I sweat so easily and I really dislike the summer. But the sunlight is extremely healthy for us. And sitting down playing video games has got really bad effect on us. We're getting bad posture, always crouching over, doing this, right? We're sitting all the time, not being active, not doing anything, functioning, moving our arms, moving our legs. So it's really important to engage in some activity, get some fitness, improve your health, your diet. And if we don't focus on improving our health, our diet, our relationships, our productivity, all these things really affect our mental health. And like I said, that overwhelming sense of doom and just unhappiness. A lot of that comes from playing video games. Now imagine if you're playing some um, competitive game, how like anxious and excited, I wouldn't say excited, but we get upset and angry at people on the screen, right? And it just messes with our mental like crazy. It can lead to more depression, stress, anxiety. So it's really important that we do not use video games as a way to escape our reality. Now, I would say completely stop playing video games. Like an hour is enough for you to jump into that. Now, unless you're extremely strong and extremely far in your self development journey, maybe playing an hour here and there, fine, right? Check it out. It's not too bad. But until you get to that level where you are in control, you should just completely cut it out. Stop playing video games. Now, what else? Why else should we quit video games? Well, besides all those very important things that I've already mentioned, right? It can also lead to missed opportunities and have a lot of financial detriments, right? Think about it. How much money have you spent on video games? I know I have. I spent a lot more than I'd like to think about, right? What else could you have spent that money on that could have improved your life? How many of you have lost a job because you spend more time playing video games than doing your actual job, right? Especially during our 2 years of staying indoors mandatory, right? How many of you spend more time playing video games than actually doing your job? How many of us have spent time playing video games instead of learning a new skill? Like, imagine you wanted to learn to play the guitar, right? Now you have your guitar right here. You actually did the action of buying your guitar, but now you're playing your video games instead of playing your guitar. Instead of doing any other activity that have real world benefits, we spend so much time in this virtual reality and we forget that there are other things to life. There are more important things. And so I encourage you to recognize that you have a problem, right? We need to recognize we have a problem, and no matter how much they tell us that there are benefits to playing video games, that there are all these amazing things, we need to realize that these are all just ways to capture us, to keep us docile, to keep us weak men. I put playing video games and watching porn into the same category here. It's just a way and a means for them to control us, for them to keep us down, for them to keep us quiet, to keep us weak. And we are stronger than that. We need to rise above that. So focus on your health. Focus on your fitness. A strong body is a strong mind. Stop playing video games. Cut off your friends that keep influencing you. You don't need them. Find friends who are on your journey. Find friends who are supportive and that actually want to build you up and that want to continue growing themselves. Now, brother, if you found value in this video, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Check me on Rumble. I'll see you in the next one.